Good morning, children. Let us start a new chapter, Chemical Reactions and Equations. Whenever a chemical change occurs, we say that chemical reaction has taken place. Chemical change means irreversible change. In PIC, you can see the formation of hydrogen gas by the action of dilute sulfuric acid on zinc. Chemical reaction or chemical change are associated with chemical change. Whenever a chemical change occurs, chemical reaction is said to take place. Now, chemical reaction are usually irreversible and new product is formed. There are certain signs which indicate that chemical reaction has taken place. For example, there can be change in color from reactant to product, change in the state or solid converted into liquid or irreversible liquid into gases. Any change in state can also take place. There can be evolution of gas and there can be change in the temperature also occurs during chemical reaction. Now, chemical equation. When any elements undergoes a chemical change or chemical reaction, it can be written in the shorter form, and this way of writing in the simplest way is known as word equation. For example, if we take the magnesium ribbon is burnt in oxygen, it gets converted into magnesium oxide. Now, the word equation for it will be magnesium reaction will be written as magnesium plus oxygen arrow gives magnesium oxide. Now, in chemical equation, what are the constituents? Reactants. Reactants are the substance that exist before the chemical change or when there is no reaction takes place. Products. The new substance that is formed during chemical change is known as product. Now, in chemical equation, in reactant and products are indicated in the equation, and in between that product arrow is shown. So we can say a word equation shows the change of reactant to product through an arrow placed between them. Now the reactants are written on the left hand side of the arrow, and plus signs are used in between them if the reactants are more in number. Similarly, products are written on the right hand side of the arrow with the plus sign between them. If more than one products are there, the arrowhead point towards product and showing the direction of reaction means reactant get converted into the product is shown by the arrow headed towards the. Now, writing a chemical equation. For example, word equation we have seen. Now, how to write the chemical equation? We have to use the symbolic presentation. Like magnesium, we have to use Mg. For oxygen, we have to use O2 because oxygen bimolecular O2. So, it gives the product magnesium oxide. So, we have to write MgO. Now, what we have to see is count and compare the number of atoms in each element on left hand side also and on right hand side also. Now magnesium on left hand side is 1, on right hand side 1. Oxygen, it is 2 in the left hand side. There is 1 oxygen atom in the right hand side. So we have to check, is the number of atom on the element on both the sides are same? If not, then the equation is unbalanced because mass is not the same on both the side of equation, and we have already deal with the law of conservation of mass. So such a chemical equation is said to be the skeletal chemical equation for a reaction, and equation is the skeletal equation. So this equation shows the skeletal equation for the burning of magnesium in the air. On the basis of mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is, the total mass of element present on the product side of a chemical reaction has to be equal to the total mass of element present on the reactant side. So other word we can say that the number of atoms of each element remains same before and after a chemical reaction. So we have to balance the skeletal chemical equation. This is a beautifully picturized about the balance and unbalanced chemical equation. So we can see first example or first pick that hydrogen combined with chlorine to form hydrochloric acid, HCl. So we can compare two hydrogen molecule on the reactant side. In the product side, one hydrogen atom is there. In the reactant side, again, chlorine is 2 in number. In product side, chlorine is 1 in number. So this equation is said to be unbalanced. Now on the right hand side of the pic, we can see that if we add 2 HCl on the right side, means 1 HCl is made 2 on the right hand side. Now the reaction is said to be balanced. How? Because in the reactant side, we can see hydrogen 2 in number, product side also hydrogen is 2 in number, chlorine is 2 number, and chlorine is also 2 in number in the reactant and product both the side. So it is balance. Both the side number of atoms should be equal according to law of conservation of mass. Now children, we will learn how to balance the chemical equation. Now one example is given, Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. Now first step we have to do is, we have to draw the box on around each formula, and we don't have to change anything while balancing the equation. In second step, after boxing the formula of the compound, we have to enlist different elements in left hand side as well as in right hand side along with the number of atoms present in particular element. Like example, we can see iron. In left hand side it is 1, in right hand side it is 3. Hydrogen left hand side 2 and right hand side also 2. And oxygen left hand side 1 and right hand side 4. Now in third step, when we compare the number of element in right hand side and left hand side, the number that contains the maximum number of atom, it should be balanced first. Okay, then select the element which has maximum number of atom. Using this criteria, in Fe3O4 we can see that oxygen is having the 4 in 1 in left hand side and 4 in the right hand side. So we will first balance the oxygen. Now we have seen oxygen number in left hand side is 1 and in right hand side 4. So to equalize both the number to be make left hand side 4, we have to multiply with the 4 oxygen. So where is the oxygen source in left hand side? It is water. So stoichiometric coefficient, that is, we cannot change the formula, we have to change the stoichiometric coefficient. First, initially one water molecule was there, and then we have to do the 4 H2O to equalize the oxygen. Now after equalizing or balancing oxygen, we will look after iron and hydrogen. Fe on the left hand side it is 1 and on the right hand side it is 3. Okay, and hydrogen 8 on the right hand side now and only 2 on the left hand side. So one by one we have to balance it. Now a number of hydrogen, we just see 8 is in the left hand and 2 is in the right hand. So to equalize it or to make it 8, we have to multiply with 4 on the right hand side. So 4H2 we have to write. Now we have done 4H2O and 4H2 respectively on left and right hand side. Now we have to recheck again. Now iron is left, iron is 3 on the right hand side and only 1 on the left hand side. So we have to balance also iron. So we have to make on the left hand side, that is 3 iron. So 3 iron plus 4H2O gives Fe3O4 plus 4H2. And we have to check again for the. Now again, that is final step. After changing all the stoichiometric coefficient, we have to see the correctness of the balance of the equation. So individually each atom again we have to equalize. That is 3 iron on left hand as well as in right hand, 8 hydrogen in left and right hand, and that is 4 oxygen on both left and right hand. This is known as hit and trial method, and we are using the whole number coefficient for it. While writing a chemical equation, we must write the physical state of the reactant and product also. So for gas, liquid, aqueous solution and solid state, reactant and products are mentioned with their state of matter, like G for gas, L for liquid, aqueous, water soluble, aqueous, and solid S. So we can see iron, we have represented it at 3 iron in solid form, water molecule in gaseous form, that is, and ferric oxide in solid form, and hydrogen gaseous form. It is not practiced to write the physical state in the chemical equation, but on the arrow of the chemical equation we must mention temperature, pressure, or any catalyst if it is needed in the chemical equation. So two examples are shown. If carbon monoxide combined with hydrogen, it required 340 atmospheric pressure to form the methanol or methyl hydroxide. Now, it is carbon dioxide when reacted with water. This is the equation for photosynthesis. In presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it is required to produce the sugar or glucose molecule along with the byproduct oxygen. Some of the frequently asked question is, why should a magnesium ribbon be cleaned before burning in air? That is, why it is necessary to clean the magnesium ribbon before it is getting oxidized. So magnesium, as we know, it is very reactive metal, and when it is stored for some time, it reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide layer, and which is very stable and prevent further oxidation of magnesium or further reaction of magnesium with oxygen. So first it is cleaned by sandpaper and remove the layer of magnesium oxide. Here are some of the questions which is given. Try to balance by your own, and then if you feel any difficulty, you can check the answers. Here also balance the chemical equation is given. Try it. Now we will talk about type of chemical reaction. Chemical reaction. Chemical reaction involves breaking and making of the chemical bond. Breaking or making makes the new compound, or the product is new from the reactant. So let us talk about the types. Let us talk about type of reactions. First is combination reaction. This type of reaction where two or more reactants join together to make the product. Now product is lesser in number, but the atom count will be more or larger atom count is there. Second is the decomposition reaction, when the complex compound breaks into the simpler or smaller reactants or product, that is known as decomposition reaction. Now combination and decomposition are reverse of each other. Third is the single displacement reaction. In this, an element replaces another element in a particular compound. An element is very similar to the first compound. For example, a metal will replace a metal, different metal from a compound. Double displacement, likewise, if single displacement is there, only one reactant will be removed from an atom or compound. But in double displacement, there is double displacement or double removal of the reactant. For example, we can see in the ionic compounds, positive and negative ions, they interchange among each other to form the new product. Now one by one we will see the types of reaction. First is combination reaction. As the name suggests, a reaction in which a single product is formed from two or more reactant is known as combination reaction. We can see from the example, calcium oxide, it is also known as quicklime. When react with water, it forms the slaked lime. Okay, so this reaction, calcium oxide and water combine to form the single compound, that is calcium hydroxide or slaked lime. We can see another example of combination reaction. Sodium atom combined with chlorine molecule to form the sodium chloride compound. So A plus B gives AB. Now here are certain examples of combination. You must remember all the reactions. Photosynthesis, formation of water, formation of common salt. These are board questions actually, children. So try to go through these reaction, particular important reactions. A solution of slaked lime produced by reaction is used for whitewashing. While walls are whitewashed, what are the phenomena going through? What are the chemical reaction going while whitewashing your walls? Now, calcium carbonate is formed from calcium hydroxide. It slowly reacts with carbon dioxide in the air. We have seen calcium hydroxide plus water. They used to dissolve it, and they are washing it through the wall by the slaked lime or calcium hydroxide. When it react with carbon dioxide, they form after 2 to 3 days, or after drying up, it forms the calcium carbonate on the wall, which gives shiny finish to the wall, and this reaction takes place. Also, calcium carbonate is a formula for the marble. Now, these are also carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, hydrogen plus oxygen give water. So, simple compound element combined to form the larger compound or element, or the single product is known as combination reaction. Now, in certain reaction, heat is released along with the product. So, this type of reaction is known as exothermic reaction, burning of natural gas, that is CH4 burn in oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water in the form of, and heat and light along the reaction, that is known as exothermic reaction. This is again the frequently asked board question, why respiration is an exothermic process? Because respiration, as we know, it is the chemical oxidation of the food material to release the energy in the form of ATP molecule. So that ATP is utilized in our body to stay alive for us, or you can say ATP is the energy currency of the cell, and it is produced by burning of the glucose in presence of oxygen. So this is the special name, or respiration. This reaction is known as respiration, and it is the exothermic process. This is pictorial diagram of exothermic processes. Now, the second type of reaction is decomposition reaction. As the name suggests, a reaction in which a single reactant is broken down to give simpler product. So, this type of reaction is known as decomposition reaction. Example is when ferrous sulfate crystal, FeSO4 7H2O, water crystallization, when it is heated, it loses the water molecule and the color changes from the ferric crystal to ferric oxide and sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Now, ferric oxide is solid, while SO2 and SO3 are gases. So, we can see this is decomposed. Complex compound is decomposed into the simpler form. Let us see some of the more example of decomposition reaction. H2O2, hydrogen peroxide broken into water and oxygen, electrolysis of water or breaking of water in presence of electricity to give the hydrogen and oxygen gas, breaking of the trinitrogen triiodide, okay, and Ni3 into nitrogen and iodine molecule. The general form is AB converted into A plus B. Another example or reverse of quicklime, we can say limestone is heated to form quicklime and carbon dioxide. It is one way to produce carbon dioxide gas also, and we are providing the heat. That's why it is known as thermal decomposition. Another example is thermal decomposition of lead nitrate. We can see the brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide during the heating of lead nitrate. It breaks into lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. This is an important example. We can see that white silver chloride turns gray in presence of sunlight. This is known as decomposition of silver chloride into silver and chlorine in presence of light. This is one example of thermal decomposition of the silver chloride. Now silver bromide, in place of silver chloride, if we use the silver bromide, it also behaves in the same manner, and the above reaction is used in black and white photography in the earlier times. So we have seen the decomposition reaction mostly requires energy in the form of either heat, light or electricity for the breaking of the reactants. So during this reaction, energy is absorbed and it is known as endothermic reactions. Here one important question is deal. A solution of substance X is used for whitewashing. Name the substance X and write its formula. Write the reaction of the substance X named in one above with the water. So already we have deal with this reaction. So let us go through the answer. The third type of reaction is displacement reaction. It is the reaction in which one element displaced or replaced or remove another element is known as displacement reaction. For example, we can see iron and copper sulfate, reaction between iron and copper sulfate. When iron react with copper sulfate, iron displaces copper from its sulfate solution and itself form the iron sulfate, and copper is removed. Another examples are zinc and lead also replaces copper from its sulfate solution and chloride solution. As zinc and lead are the more reactive element than the copper, they displace copper from its solution. Now, double displacement reaction. We can define it as a reaction in which there is exchange of ions between the reactant are called double displacement reaction. For example, formation of barium sulfate and sodium chloride from sodium sulfate and barium chloride. So we can see sodium sulfate Na2SO4 plus barium chloride BaCl2. It gives barium sulfate. Barium has changed. Barium chloride has changed from barium chloride to barium sulfate and sodium chloride. Now we can see sodium from sulfate, it changes to chloride. Any reaction that produces a precipitate can be called as precipitation reaction. So in this example, barium sulfate acts as a precipitate, or it deposited in the form of white precipitate, and sodium chloride will remain in the solution in the soluble form. Here there is representation of single and double displacement reaction. We can see single displacement reaction. Magnesium plus copper sulfate gives magnesium sulfate plus copper. Here magnesium replaces the copper. This is single displacement. Now double displacement reaction, we can see calcium chloride react with hydrochloric acid. It forms calcium chloride and hydrogen carbonate. So in general form, we can represent the single replacement reaction as A plus BC gives AC plus B, and double displacement reaction can be represented in the general form as AB plus CD gives AD plus CB. Already studied the chemical reaction and different equations. So while talking about different types of reaction, we already had talked about many of the reactions. Now after a short break, we will see the rest of the reaction type. Now the next is the oxidation and reduction reaction. Now we can see one example that any metallic surface like copper or aluminium. So this type of metal, they are gradually coated with a black substance. That is, in copper case, it is known as copper 2 oxide. Why this black substance formed? On the aluminium surface, you might have observed that when we bring the utensils from the market, it is silvery white, but later on it becomes dull. So why this occurs? Because they are very reactive and they react with oxygen, and oxygen like copper in presence of oxygen, when it is heated, surface is heated, it forms the copper oxide. So heat we get from the sunlight. Now again copper, you can see copper is being added with oxygen molecule. Now if hydrogen is gas, hydrogen gas is passed over this heated material of copper oxide, then this black coating of the surface becomes brown as the reverse reaction takes place. Like copper oxide plus hydrogen in presence of heat again get converted into copper and water. So we can say if a substance gains oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be oxidized. And if a substance loses oxygen during the reaction, it is said to be reduced. So in the first reaction, when we see copper get oxidized, when copper combined with oxygen, it is gaining oxygen. So it is known as oxidation. And in the second reaction, we can see the hydrogen is being gained by the oxygen, means hydrogen is gaining oxygen and copper is losing oxygen. So oxidation reaction, either gaining of oxygen is known as oxidation, losing of oxygen is known as reduction. So in the case of hydrogen also, gaining of hydrogen is known as reduction and losing of hydrogen is known as oxidation. So in this reaction we can see copper oxide plus hydrogen and heated. When it is heated, it changes to brown color, that is copper plus water. So in this reaction we can say that the hydrogen is gaining oxygen. We can see this reaction, hydrogen is gaining oxygen, so we can say hydrogen is getting oxidized and copper is losing oxygen, so copper get reduced. So oxidation and reduction takes place in reaction. So the reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place, that is known as redox reaction. So some of the examples are when zinc oxide combined with copper, it forms zinc metal and copper carbon monoxide. Second example is when manganese oxide forms the combined with hydrochloric acid, it forms manganese chloride and water and chlorine. So we can see in the reaction first, carbon is oxidized to carbon monoxide and zinc oxide is reduced to zinc. In the reaction number second, we can see hydrochloric acid HCl is oxidized to chlorine molecule Cl2, whereas MnO2 is reduced to MnCl2 because MnO2 loses oxygen and hydrochloric acid loses hydrogen. So above example we can see there is gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen during reaction, it is known as oxidation. If the substance loses oxygen or it gains hydrogen during reaction, it is said to be reduction. Now we will see the effects of oxidation and reduction in day-to-day life. Now first example is corrosion. This is well acquainted term with you all. When a metal is attacked by the surrounding, that is moisture, acid, etc., the surface get corroded or corrosion. This is known as the process or phenomena of corrosion. The black coating of silver and green coating of copper are other examples of corrosion. Now effects. What are the effects? Now iron is very corrosive material, so corrosion damage the car bodies, bridges, iron railings, ships, all object made up of metal, especially iron metal. Now corrosion of iron is very serious problem. Now every year a large amount of money is spent to replace or to repair the iron, damaged iron. Now you can see clearly the corrosion of iron or rusting represented by different peaks. Another phenomena is the rancidity. When fats and oils are oxidized, they become rancid or their smell and taste changes. Usually the substance which prevent oxidation or antioxidants are added to food containing fats and oil. Also keeping in airtight container which curtail the supply of air reduces or slow down the oxidation products. For example, chips manufacturers usually flush bags of chips with gas such as nitrogen to prevent the chips from getting oxidized. So these are the pictorial presentation how the delay of oxidation takes place by the manufacturers. Let us deal with some of the questions. Now, why does the color of the copper sulfate solution changes when an iron nail is dipped in it? Now, answer is the iron nail or iron is more reactive element or metal than the copper. So when it is placed in copper sulfate solution, iron displaces copper from the copper sulfate solution and iron sulfate is formed, which is green in color. So from blue color it changes to green color. Now the next question we can deal is, give an example of double displacement reaction other than given in activity we have already studied. Now, the other example in this solution is given is sodium carbonate when react with calcium carbonate. Sodium carbonate react with calcium carbonate, it gives calcium carbonate and sodium chloride. So in this reaction we can see sodium carbonate is changed to sodium chloride and calcium carbonate changes to calcium carbonate. So there is a double exchange of ions. So this is known as double displacement reaction. Now, in this question, identify the substances that are oxidized and the substances that are reduced in the following reaction. So you can see in this sodium plus oxygen gives sodium oxide and copper oxide plus hydrogen gives copper and water. So in first case, we can see that sodium get oxidized because it is combining with the oxygen, or gain of oxygen is known as oxidation, and oxygen is getting reduced. So in first reaction, sodium oxidized, as it gain oxygen and oxygen get reduced. Second is the copper oxide changes to copper. So in this reaction, copper is losing oxygen and hydrogen is gaining oxygen. So copper get reduced and hydrogen get oxidized. So this is the complete summary of what we have learned in whole the chapter. So go through each and every points, write whatever the questions in the PowerPoint, write in your notebook and submit to me. Thank you.